It's been used for Grand Prix, Formula One, South African Grand Prix many times. The Formula races held at the track in 1977, South African Grand Prix. It stands out as principally remembered for the fatal accident that claimed the lives of 3 people. It was 2 marshals and a driver. Frederick Johnson Van Buren and driver Tom Price were all killed in a horrible accident. The area surrounding the circuit has developed into residential commercial suburbs of Johannesburg. Most recently, Kyalami has played host to 5 rounds of the Superbike World Championship from 98 to 2002, and later 2009 to 2010. So a little bit of history there. And the race in 2021, they had a 6-hour race scheduled at Kyalami in February, but COVID, the pandemic, shut it down, and it was removed from the circuit just because they didn't have the time. Okay, we are counting down. This race will have a mandatory pit stop with a 4-tire change. Mandatory. It is a 75-minute race. We have a rolling start as we wait for that minute and a half to tick down. Go down the list here. Let's get some face view. There's our pole, Ricardo. Nicholas Mott, who did steal the pole away in the last lap from Riva with a brilliant lap, as of course we missed that with all the mayhem. So we got Mott, Riva, Tomlinson, Selvey, Geimer, Jard, Ekins,
30 seconds.
Williamson, Bali, Dumanas,
20 seconds.
Plummer, and Mr. Jones in the Merc bringing up the rear. All right.
10 seconds.
Wow. Getting ready for the formation lap. And there we go. Okay. Weather looks decent today. We are using random weather in the SRO championships, and we have the randomness set at level 3, so you just never know. But it looks like today the race gods have shined on us, and we're going to have sunshine. I don't see any signs of clouds or anything, so a beautiful day in our virtual South Africa. Go down the list here. Look at these cars. Jones just finding his time. Gonna pick his way through the carnage. Safe bet. .75-minute races with a mandatory pit stop, so you can a little bit aggressive, but you don't want to rough your tires up too much early on. So in the Assetto Corsa, this tire model is really realistic, and you really have to take care of it as if you were driving a real set of tires. You can destroy them early, and they're not going to last for you. You take care of them the first 4 or 5 laps, and they can last a stint and stay consistent. As we get through the last chance, getting ready to cross the line. The Cheetah Kink. Turn 16, Igui. Getting ready to take the green. Jump about 4 cars back so we can see any action. We'll go to the Hilly Cam for the start. Get a good group view of all 5. And there we go. We are green. It's like a good start. It's like Geimer's trying to look on the outside. We got Ekins on the inside. Samir holding off. We got a little kiss on the front. Oh! Samir and Mott have collision. Ricardo, that's Ricardo, gets a little bit of abuse from both Mott and... Holy smokes. Let's go back and look at that. Let's go back and look at this start. Ah, how unfortunate. So it looks like Mott went a little to the outside. Ricardo's taking the inside turn there. See, and Ricardo just kind of comes over a little bit too much. Takes a little bit and comes back in and just nicks... yeah, Ekins there. Very unfortunate. Wow, not the best start. As we go back to live action now. So Mott's in the lead. Got Sylvia in second. Geimer in third. And where is Ricardo? Oh, Ricardo. Looks like he's got a little bit of damage on the rear. It doesn't look like the front's too bad. He does have the pace to stay in this thing. He's just going to have to regroup. He's got a little bit of front end damage too, so unfortunate. It's a heartbreaker as they come through turn 16 for the first time in anger. And there's probably a lot of anger. Okay, we got Mott, Selby, Geimer, Ekins. Our top 4, Thomas in 5th, and Bali in 6th. They make it through the turn, and Ekins goes a little bit wide. Gives up a spot to Tomlinson. That'll update on the next track marker as he's not having it. I'm coming right back, he says. These guys go side to side into the sunset. Tomlinson squeaks it out, hanging on to that. Bali making his way up through the field and now in 6th place. Wow, already 1 lap in and we're already full of events. Didn't look like anything terminal, but man, that's a tough way to start for Ricardo in that BMW. But meantime, we've got some serious racing going on here. Check out the top 3. Got Mott, Selby, and Geimer staying in touch. Look at Selby's just staying right on that Audi, pushing that Lambo. And last season's champion Geimer right there in the mix. Top 3 coming out. Complete lap 2. Woo! And there is your order. The top 3, and then this next group with Tomlinson, Ekins, and Bali. But let's watch these first guys into turn 1. Looks like they're spreading out. It's such a tough turn coming off that straight. You really got to set yourself up for this uphill essence. A good job. Geimer just keeping the pressure on Tanner, but if anybody can take it, Tanner can take it. As he's looking to the inside, coming through Sunset rather. Geimer seems like he's got the pace. I think he just needs to get around. It's one thing to be quicker, it's another thing to be able to get by. Take a look. Let's go down and see how these guys are a little bit spread. They head up to the turn 10-11 section. Up at the top. Ready to come back down that hill. To the mine shaft. Heading for the crocodiles. Through mine shaft. Hard right-hander and crocodile. Hard on the brakes. Wow. That's some good stuff right there. Let's check back this other group, the Bali group, and Shamir having a little bit of a battle here for 6th place. Bali's got a mirror full of Shamir. That's going to get a little bit of a draft here, see if that helps him. And he goes for the inside. Hard on the brakes. Where did he go? There it is. Gets around Bali. And seems to just be foot on the gas, getting away. We'll see if Bali has anything to say about that. I think Samir's just got that first stint pace going on here. Oh, but we have a penalty already. Williamson's getting a drive-through. I think he was speeding in the pits because he's coming out of the pits, but he has received a drive-through. So Peter, not going to be happy about that. To get back to this action. Thomason chasing these guys. Geimer, 3rd place. Wow. You could throw a net around these top 3. They are just sticking it out together, all within 4/10 of each other. It's quite a battle as Geimer again looks to the outside. Tanner saying, nope, not gonna happen. Just the torque of that BMW. It looks like Riva has completed his compulsory pit stop. As you can see, looking at the standing, so he will be good to go to the rest of the race. That might gain him some positions. Williamson looked like he tried to do the same, but got caught speeding, I believe. Let's go back to this Samir. Samir is getting away from Bali. Keeping in touch with him. And then let's step back to this Plummer battle. Plummer and Masalis. Dumanis staying right with him in that Lambo. Probably get a really good draft off of that Bentley. As you look at, I mean, just look at how tall that Bentley is. If you're following that thing's going to punch a big hole in the air. You are going to be able to get a really good draft off of that, I have a feeling. Okay. This is looking good. It looks like Peter Williamson has cleared his drive-through, but we also lost Riva. I think Riva had to cash it in. That was too bad. He was so quick. But Riva has retired from this race. Probably just too far back, too much damage. It's unfortunate. As we are coming up for lap 5 here. 6 minutes left in the first 15 minutes. So there is your Mott, Sylvie, Geimer, Tomlinson, Ekins, Ashard. Top 6, then Bali, Plummer, Demanis, Jones, and Williamson. Lots of action already. As things start to settle down a little bit, it's just Mott just really had something to say with that Audi today. He's got a brilliant pace. See these guys chasing him down. Williamson, after the drive-through, has completed his compulsory, so he's in good shape to the rest of the run here. Might be able to gain him a couple spots, get a few more points. Let's see, we got Samir. Let's take a look back at this Samir. Bali's still staying right with him, so he's not really running away. Oh, as Bali takes it a little bit wide, not too bad. They head down into mine shaft. Hard on the brakes for Crocodile. It's really tough to turn right here. Down into first gear. You can see Plummer and Demanis coming up through the back. All right, back to this front battle. These top 3 guys are having a go. And you can see Tomlinson just sitting back there waiting. He's just about caught him. He's slowly gaining on with Ekins back there. They're just waiting for something to happen. These top 3 guys, and they will be right there. Again, Geimer just setting up, just keeping that pressure on. Selby's just focused, keeping his eye on Mott up there. Not budging an inch, not even flinching. Just some great racing. Let's take a look back here. It looks like Demanis that was having to go with Plummer there. I think big Plummer has gotten around him. That early stage, and Demanis just doing what he can to hang on to him. Trying to keep those tires in good standings. Get back to this battle for the top here. Some really good stuff. Get it from Geimer. A little bit back. The virtual mirror there. Guys. With Mott kind of separating, trying to get Tanner off of that toe. And Geimer might have had a little bit of a slip as he's given up a little bit of ground, and he is now being pressured by Tomlinson a little bit. So I wonder if might have cooked off some of his tires as we are 7 laps in, working on lap 8. Just about 2 minutes left of the first 15 minutes of this race. There's 75 minutes. So in reality, you could do a 75-minute stint, I think, on one set of tires, you know, in a GT3 car and in this simulator. But these guys can push the forced mandatory pit stop just to mix it up a little bit. And that's turned into a little bit of a bunch here. Nicholas Mott holding on to that lead. Good stuff there. Tanner's right there on him on this one. See if he can use the draft. They've been separating a little bit here in the kink. Yeah, Mott stays to the outside. He's looking to the inside. Just not enough. Could be a spot to watch for an overtake. As Tomlinson is now giving Geimer a mirror full of Bentley. As here is Tomlinson's dash cam chasing that BMW. Good stuff. Meanwhile, Demonis and Plummer still having that last battle for 8th place here. Plummer hanging on. It's going to score some good team points. Oh, Demonis has a... This is... Oh. He's having an experience. Demonis. Oh, my God. I think they're trying to beam him up. Just back to the mothership, Demonis. Oh, back to the mothership. Good heavens to Betsy. This is what happens when you have a packet loss in network. Oh, let's hope he stays in, but that was some pretty amazing driving there to be able to fly the car. Whoa, there he goes. He's got the hovercraft mode on. Okay, there he goes. Demonis, come back. He's coming back to the mothership. Oh my God. I think we're going to lose him, but he's back. And he's only lost a little bit of ground. Good heavens, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he just witnessed an alien abduction. I think Demonis is still with us, but they're trying to take him. Good heavens. This battle for the lead has not lost for any intensity. Delvey just staying right with Mott. This is a great equal battle. They inch out a little bit and then give it back up. Inch away, sees gets a little bit of a separation, and then bam. And I think he is just biding his time. That top 3, all these guys. Yeah, there's that Unreal 3 engine giving us the fuzz look on the Healy cam. Definitely some crazy stuff going on in this race. Meanwhile, as they come across to start lap 10, and we are under 60 minutes remaining, and the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars are all well within, 2 seconds of each other. Really good stuff. Geimer through sector 1 here, and that you can hear the throats of that BMW, man. The thing is just so torquey. You can shift a little earlier with the BMW. You don't need high revs with this car. That's just the way these things are built. I used to drive when I had a 328 of my own, and I loved it. They're just so torquey. This battle, pit stops are really going to play a part in the strategy here for this one. These guys are so evenly, closely matched. One little mistake could cost you in this. Any one of these 5 guys could finish first. Let's check on our good buddy Samir. He's just having a little bit of a lonely race, but he is holding his own in 6th place right there. Waiting it out. The pit stops could play a big part in him helping to get up. He's got quite a gap up to Ekins, who's in that top 5. So Samir has to really start cranking out some lap times is just start hitting his marks and try and chip away at that lead those guys have. And points leader Bali, he's kind of in the same boat, sitting in 7th. Just back there maintaining, keeping his tires. You know, there's a long way to go in this race. So we'll just see how these guys hold up. Blummer keeping within contact of Bali. And then Demanis, I hope he's okay after his alien abduction. He seems to be better now. We'll have to interview him and maybe put him in quarantine or something. I don't know. That was pretty freaky. But he's sitting on 9th. And Ed Jones looks like he's got a little bit of wall damage. There he goes. Look at that. Instantly repaired. Gotta love it. The Invisible Pit crew has given him a brand new car and he's back in it. I tell you, Jones will never give up. I love the way this guy races. Him and I are kind of in the same bracket. We have great races together when we're in races together. So it's all about starting and finishing. We got our own battles to conquer, you know, when the aliens are up there. But, you know, the real aliens is in that purple and black Lambo with Mr. Demanis. Good heavens. All right. And the leaderboard has not changed. That first lap incident knocking out Ricardo, that's really sad. I mean, I personally don't think Mott did anything wrong. He was holding his line. It's like Ricardo kind of maybe lost where he was. He just kind of came over. He kept coming over, pinching over, and made contact. That was really unfortunate. You know, as we all watched the replay, you could kind of see that Mott was holding his line. But anyway, it's history. It's over. Our good friend Ricardo is out of the race. You know, he'll live to race another day. That's how it is. Sim racing. Nobody gets hurt. It doesn't cost you any money. You pay your internet provider. You're good to go. And very impressive run so far by Mr. Mott. 12 laps in, just maintaining that lead. Simon keeping the pressure on top 3. Gonna be see who has more or less tire wear. I don't think we can see. Yeah, see, it's not showing the tire wear. That's too bad. Wish they had a way we could see tire wear. Anyway, these guys are providing us with some awesome racing. Through the crocodile. Into the cheetah. Oh, Delby takes it a little bit wide there. You don't want to give Geimer any opportunities. That one was rough. That could have cost him a little momentum here. As you can see, he's climbing right up on him here down the straight, heading into turn 1. With Tomlinson right there ready to pounce in case anything else happens. But you can see that little bit of a bobble gave Mott a little breathing room. Oh, the tires could be getting a little tired. It looks like they're all starting to, you know, be careful. As Geimer's looking to the inside, this could be the pass. Oh, and Tanner shuts the door. Great move. Geimer looking. As these guys battle, that's allowing Tomlinson to close right in. As Mott just continues to increase his gap. While these guys are duking it out for second, Mott is just having a sip off his cocktail, looking in the mirror and hitting his next apex. Oh, this is good stuff. Geimer. Oh, Geimer loses it a little bit. That's going to help Tanner, and it's also going to help Tomlinson, who's now going to be breathing down. Geimer's back. Tanner gets a breather. Geimer wide, Tanner wide. I'm thinking these guys have a little bit of tire wear issues going on. They're not quite as tight as they were in the first 10 laps as we hit the end of lap 13 here, starting the 14th lap with 50 minutes remaining. Wow. Tomlinson looking to the outside, looking to head to turn one up into this hilly section. All right, Tanner's got breathing room. So Tanner makes a bobble. Geimer's right on him. Geimer makes a bobble. Tomlinson's right on him. Meanwhile, Mott's just going, thank you very much. I'm just going to increase my gap here, 2.3 seconds, while you guys duke it out. And this is bringing Ekins into the picture. Here comes Ekins. He's just going, come on, guys. Keep fighting. The more they fight, the closer I get. From that 5th place Audis, we see sparks flying off the Bentley. Wow, good stuff there. All right. Tanner gets a minute to himself here with a little bit of a gap to try and maybe close that gap to Mott. 2.2 seconds. Let's see if they can improve that across the line. I don't know if I can adjust this. Let's see what we get here. It's giving us anything -3, 1 second. So there's your gap times as well, with first place in the 3rd position there. They are their current lap time, so there you go. Go back to the running time, or the solid times. 2nd and 3rd place cars have a little bit of a gap. Still that 2-second gap from Mott to Selby, and a 1.5 second gap from Selby to Geimer. But then we've got a battle going on. It looks like Ekins is looking for some room there. Ekins had a nice look alongside of Tomlinson there. Like I said, that big footprint of that Bentley is going to help that Audi down the straights. But don't let that Bentley fool you. It's a pretty agile car, you know, as we've seen. Anybody that drives this sim and follows real racing knows that that Bentley is nothing to mess with. It's a freaking beast. As Mr. Ekins looking like he's got a shot here. Come down through mine shaft into Crocodile turn, hard on the brakes, down to 1st gear. Oh, it's nice apex out of there in the Audi. Might take a look here. He might, oh no, he's got it off. Ah. So that foils that attempt. However, plenty of time left to regroup, as I do believe these guys' tires are starting to wear, and we're starting to see the results of it. So, as Ekins has a brilliant 3 or 4 lap run there to catch himself up, finds himself back to make up more ground. As Tomlinson looked like he had a little bobble there. See what was up with that. And he's starting to go up. So yeah, I think these guys are starting to feel it with their tires. The gap is increasing a little bit down the line. So yeah, Geimer's now got a 2.5 second lead over the 4th place Tomlinson. So he's got a little bit of pressure off, and he can probably regroup himself and try and catch up with Tanner. But Ekins looks like he's regained himself pretty good. He's right back. He's under a second back on Tomlinson. Well, I might start seeing these guys start to think about pit stops here. I would not be surprised if somebody comes in for tires at this stage. There's your 1, 2, 3, and 4th place cars right there. Meanwhile, Samir is cruising in 6th. He's having a lonely race, but that could all change with the pit stops. Him and Bali keeping in touch. Let's see, you should be able to see him up there. And see if Bali can get a peek at Samir. Yep, there he is, heading into the crocodile. So there you have that little bit of a race going on. And now we're back to the leader, who's increased his gap now to 4 seconds. So I don't know. Geimer, oh, we missed an off. Okay, let's see if we can do this. It must have been Tanner. What happened to Tanner? Okay, we're on the replay. Tanner's in 2nd place. Oh, he's pitting. Okay, so Tanner pulls in for his pit stop. Good enough. So we have our first of the leaders coming in for tires. We are under the replay. It's a 30-second replay, so we'll be back to live action in a minute. As soon as Geimer gets in there, we will go back live. But I had to see what was happening, make sure it wasn't an incident or anything. So, Geimer's now taking 2nd place. And Mr. Mott, we are back live. Mott now in the 4-second gap, which makes sense because Tanner had 2 seconds on Geimer and Mott had 2 seconds on Tanner. So there is the 4 seconds. So no big difference there. And I believe, let's see, where is Tanner's coming out back in 9th place. So his compulsory pit stop is done. It's a nice little undercut. Let's see what happens with the rest of the field. These guys, I knew that was going to be coming quick because they start thinking about pit stops. Mott with that big gap now. Might be a good time for him to come in. He's got himself a 4-second gap. Geimer's got 2 over Tomlinson, and Ekins is right there with Tomlinson. So, well, they're both staying out this lap. And Ekins right back in it, putting the pressure on Tomlinson, as he's going to get a nice draft. That battle for 3rd for the pit stops. Geimer kicking up a little dust up there. Oh, and he's looking through the sunset. Nice place to try and pass, but it's really tricky because that turn closes in on you. It's a high-speed turn, but it closes down on you as you continue through the apex. You have to time it just right. As we are on lap 18, getting ready to start 19. These guys are pretty tight. Mr. Mott's gap is up to 5 seconds now over Geimer. See if you see him. There he is. There's your gap. Comes down through the twisties. Yeses. So the top 3 are after the first pit stop are spread out, with exception of the battle here for 3rd place. So I want to keep my eye on these leaders as they might be pitting any minute. This is the closest battle on the track as we speak, and it looks like they have both still stayed out. So the top 4 are still out. Well, Selby. Not showing his gap. Why would it? Let's see if we can see it here. Yeah, it won't show his gap again until he crosses the line. But he's back there, but he's already completed his pit stop, so it's all good. As we'll go back to the Ekins battle. Oh, and Ekins gets around him. Oh, we got to check that out. Okay, we are going back. Here's the 10-second. Okay, it looks like this is 10-second replay. So Tomlinson took a little bit of curb, allowing Ekins to get by. So Ekins is now your new 3rd place leader as we go back live. Just caught the hair of that. Sorry I missed most of it, but you can see what happened there. As it was just a like I said, one little tick of the tire in the curb can cost you a position here when these guys are racing this tight. However, the pit stops will prevail. Try and stay on this. I'm multitasking. I got all my hands and feet, arms, legs going here. I got 3 screens up. I got one mouse that goes from one screen to the other, and I got to feed it through the perfect gap because they're 2 different size monitors. Anybody that has dual monitors knows what I'm talking about. But the broadcast is coming from the main PC. It's just a big single on a 3080, so it should be giving you some good results. This is being broadcast in 1080p. However, if you want to watch the delayed broadcast the next day, you can get it in 1440. It takes about 24 hours for YouTube to compress all that data, but it is actually recorded in 1440 but broadcast live in 1080. As our leader just is a walk in the park right now with a 6-second gap. Is anybody going to have anything for this guy? I was really counting on Geimer and Ekins and Ricardo, and Ricardo was out. But let's not count out Ekins and Tomlinson though. And Ashard, sneaky Ashard, you know, after the pit stops, when we don't know where he might come out. They don't really have a lot of pit stop errors in a center course to compass zone like other sims. I really like, you know, it's kind of a funky game, Project Cars, but they have pit stop errors. Your pit crew can screw up. I think AMS2 also has pit stop errors, so kind of adds a little bit of a twist. You watch that 3rd place audio. Let's see, Tomlinson is probably shouldn't beat himself up too much. He's been held in there pretty good. He just put a tire in the dirt, and that allowed Ekins to get by. But Ekins has just been improving round after round in this series. He is really becoming one of the elite drivers in this series. As proven as his points just continue to climb, and as you can tell by his driving. So he has really been putting the time in and practicing. Doing a great job. And I want to see... Oh, we got the car in the pits. Williamson? No. It's the 43. Ekins comes in for his pit stop. Let's back that up a second here. Yeah, okay. Ekins coming in for his pit stop. Pitting from 3rd. Leaving Tomlinson out there on his own. So now, Geimer and Tomlinson and Ashard, but some 14 seconds back is Ashard. So it's going to take some serious work. Not that it can't happen, but it's going to be a tough one. Let's keep an eye on Ekins as he comes out. I want to have an idea where he's at. So Tomlinson, looks like his tires are done. Tomlinson's in sector 2. So it's about a half a lap. It looks like as Ekins makes his way out. Coming out in 8th place. He did lose that spot to Selby, who did the first pit stop on that undercut. So Selby's undercut has paid off. Excuse me. And we got some other drivers coming in. Who else? Not yet. Okay, I'm seeing things flash before my eyes. Must have been from that alien encounter with Demonis. Demonis now finds himself in 6th place after his abduction. So is the leader coming in? Nope. The leader crosses the line again on 22 laps in on same tires. But then you got to figure he hasn't had to do any battling. He's been in the lead the whole time. He's been able to hit his apexes. So he's probably just got basic normal tire wear. He's been taking care of his tires. As Tomlinson now comes in to counter on top of Ekins' pit. So let's see what happens here. Let's see where Ekins is. Got to look at the track map. He's just clearing into sector 2 now, coming into sector 3. So as the 52 also pits. Okay, so Bali's coming in. Bali's pitting, but I'm going to get a look at this as the 31 coming around is the 42, Ekins in the 8. Where are we at? Did he make it out? Plummer and Tomlinson gets out ahead of Ekins on that pit stop. So there's your gap. So the undercut didn't quite work for Ekins, but he still is well within striking range, and we saw what happened towards the end of the first stint. So if Ekins plays his cards right like he did before, he should be able to catch up and give a nice battle for that spot. As cars remain in the pit are sitting up now atop, but Geimer's, after our leader has pitted, so Mott's in the pits. Geimer's now assumed the lead. Shard zips by. You can hear him go by in that Austin. Geimer about halfway around the track. As this field is getting spread out. Geimer, Mott now coming out. So he maintains, so he can hold on to third. He's coming out. Who's that right next to him? Selby on warm tires might have a shot here to make his undercut come up, as he has put himself right back behind what will reassume the lead, who is in virtual second place right now, with Mott in virtual first, as we still have the 3 leaders yet to pit. So it looks like Tomlinson's is a gainer in the pits as he got back ahead of Ekins. Nice job by the pit crew there. And this is going to be the battle for first. And as we're going to keep our eye on Geimer. Geimer is coming in now. So we'll have to keep an eye on him as we see where the leaders are. Mott. So the 75 Diamond is in the pits, and the virtual leaders are coming down into sector 3 as we speak. Coming right down through the mine shaft, heading into Crocodiles. And we'll get a good look here as we can see. Who else? Somebody else is now pitting. Ashad's coming in. So Samir's pitting, and let's see, here he comes. This is it. Okay, Geimer's rolling as these guys hit the last turn. So let's see if they blend in. Let's see where they blend in. There's Geimer's out. Geimer is out in the lead. He's on cold tires, but he is out in the lead. So the undercut for Geimer. Or the undercut did not help those guys on Geimer, as Geimer has assumed the lead of this race with a brilliant pit stop. And he's got an 8-second gap on Mott. Now it's going to come down to, was that pace that Mott had going to be enough to get him back in the lead of this race, as last series champion, who's missed the last couple races, finds himself with 32 minutes to go leading this race. So what will happen? He is on cold tires right now, but let's see the pace of Mott and Selby and Tomlinson and Ekins that are all within 5 or 6 seconds of each other. It's going to pay off. So there's your gap. We got 3 seconds to the leader, half a second to third, and then there's a little bit of a gap from Tomlinson and Ekins up to that lead gap, but they caught him in the first stint, so anything can happen. Ekins put in a brilliant first stint, found himself up on the podium, went for the undercut and just missed it. So this is going to be the race to watch. We're going to have to watch this gap, see if this gap of 3.0505, if these guys can chip away. I mean, they are trying to chip away on a series champion. So I don't know. Geimer's a pretty tough cookie, and he's handling that BMW very well. Although Nicholas in that Audi proved with his pole lap that he has pace. So this could be really, really interesting. It's going to be an exciting finish here. And Tanner has just hung in there all day. Tanner has just toughed this out. Tanner gets the Rawhide Award today. He's the first one to pit, and he's on the podium. And he's got himself a nice little gap of 6.5 seconds to protect that podium with 30 minutes to go. So let's just see what happens with Mr. Sylvie. Just a nice, tough race, you know. And again, I got to mention Ricardo, that tough break in the beginning. It was really sad because he would be right in this mix as well. And then it looks like Ashard, who's, I think everybody's done with their pit stops now. So this is our order. This is the order of battle. With Ashard in 6th and Bali still in 7th. Dumanis in 8th and Plummer in 9th. Jones in 10th and Williamson in 11th. Williamson with that early pit stop penalty. He's hanging in there. There he is. He's got to look at Bali, but I don't believe Bali and him are on the same lap. I think he's a lap down to Bali. So that could be the chase. But him and Jones can have a battle. Jones, I think, and he might have a lap on him as well. I'm not sure. But anyway. Plummer, solid run in 9th. And Dumanis, after his abduction, seems to be back in the car, and he's doing okay. We're going to check with him later, make sure he's not too rattled from that. All right. And now the battle for 6th, as Bali, with a fresh set of rubber, looks like he's decided that he is going to come up and take that spot. So Samir's going to have a little bit of work to do some defending. As he goes a little bit wide there, you don't want to open the door for Bali. Do not give him a window. He will attack. They come across the complete lap 26. So we got a good battle here mid-pack, and we got a really good developing battle going on in the lead. Let's check back with our leaders. So the gap has now come down to 2.19 seconds. So here comes that pace of Mott. Now, it's one thing to be able to catch Geimer. It's going to be another thing to get around it. So you might have some great pace back there with no pressure on you. And the same thing goes for Geimer. He's just hitting his marks, you know. But you can see he's getting a mirror full of Mott coming up on him, as well as Selby. He's staying right in this thing from the green light. It's been really fun to watch this. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. This is a really good race. Tanner taking a little off-road excursions there. Come on, Tanner, you got to keep it on the track, bro, if you want to catch up to these guys. He knows that. Is that gap to Mott hovering right around 2 seconds. There's the top 3 right there. They're tightening it up. And then meanwhile, the Ekins Plummer battle, as you can see, Ekins is now right on. I mean, I'm Tomlinson, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Andrew. Tomlinson. Those two cars, that team, Hex Sim Racing, beautiful liveries. Keep in mind, you guys, we allow custom liveries in these events. So if you have a custom livery and you want to get in these events, you can drop your skin off. We'll put it in for you, and you'll be able to see it in the broadcast, just like these guys. Now that battle is going on, and the Samir and Bali battle is going on. And I think Dumanis, I think everybody's kind of a little bit of a, oh, Dumanis, they're back. They're back. You can do this, Dumanis. Hang in there. Don't let them get you. Those freaking aliens. I'm telling you, I see them everywhere. And the battle for sixth. This is the great battle for sixth. You guys are duking it out. All right. Oh, okay. Let's check back on this. The leaders. Let's see. We got best lap times. You know, 1:42.3 for Nick. And let's see Geimer's best. 1:42.6. So you can see that 0.3 difference lap after lap. That was his best, and Geimer's last lap was a 1:43. And Mott's last lap was also a 1:43. And Selvey a 1:43.2, but his best was a 1:42.9. So Mott still has the advantage on best lap. There is a fastest lap for the 1 point for the championship, and also the fastest lap in qualify, 1 point awarded. So these fast laps do get you something in this championship. Fast lap points are a thing. All right, these guys are pretty evenly spread now. It's the Ekins Thomason. I keep calling you Plummer. I'm so used to looking at the other Bentley and seeing David. I'm so sorry, Andrew, but the Tomlinson Ekins battle for 4th place. These guys got to get around, and just to have a little bit of a gap to the top 3. What is that, a 6-second gap now? I think Andrew's 6 seconds off of Selvey. But these top 3 guys are within 2 seconds of each other. This is really cool to see after the pit stops how evenly paced these guys are. Let's get a look here as these guys cross the line. We're gonna get a look at these lap times here. So we'll start with Simon as he's coming around the Agui, whatever they call that thing. Okay, let's see what his best laps are. 1:42.6. Let's see if it flashes up there for us when he crosses. No. 1:43.4 was his. And 1:42.8 was Mott's last lap. So you can see the gap closing and he's gaining. So that pace is starting to pay off as we're just under 24 minutes remaining. This is going to be a fight. This is going to be a fight here at the end. It's going to be, at this rate, Mott's going to catch him in about 5 laps. They're going to be bumper to bumper, and it's going to be defense. And how is there a way to get around Geimer? And like I said before, you're going to have to get around a series champion. This guy knows how to win. And on top of that, he's very fair and clean driving as well. All of these guys, super clean drivers. That's why it's really a shame to see Ricardo go out. And it's just a silly incident. But I guess I should stop talking about it. But I am really sorry for Ricardo. That's how it goes. And we got another car in the pits. Samir coming in for pit. I wonder if he had a fuel miscalculation or something, but that's going to cost him that spot to Bali. So Bali's going to be solo 6th now. It looks like Samir had to retire. Wonder what happened to him. Samir has retired from 6th place. So Bali takes over 6th. So we'll have to get with him in the chat. I missed it. Maybe he had an accident. I saw his car in the pit. It didn't look damaged. But that is really unfortunate. Sorry to see you go, Shard. You're running a good race. As we're looking for the pass, this battle has taken place now, bumper to bumper, as the battle for 4th place. So Thomas has been here before, and he put a wheel in the dirt, and Ekins got around it. So between that, go down that back straight into Sunset. But I have a feeling that Geimer is also getting some pressure. Yep, he is. Okay, well, let's get back to this because it looks like he's looking to the outside. Want to keep an eye on those leaders, but this battle for 4th is pretty intense right now. Ekins trying to find his way around that beast of a Bentley. That's like passing a tank. Got a really good look at it. Let's try helmet cam. You can see the G-forces in action a little bit. Coming down through the mine shaft, heading into Crocodiles. Really no place to pass here, but this might give an opportunity here, the last turn, to go through Cheetah. And Delmuson's in the dirt again. And Ekins is taking a look outside, and Ekins puts a wheel outside, but not too bad there. That turn as they are getting door to door. Oh, he's looking, he's very cautious blocking going on there. I think Ekins got a little bit of a touch, a little bit of a kiss. It looks like Ekins, does he have the horsepower? He's got the nose. Oh, Tomlinson holds on into the turn. Great racing by both these guys. A little bit of a kiss for luck there, but it looks like Tomlinson has managed to hold him off for that lap. Whew. That was some good stuff. A quick touch base with the leaders. Looks like Mott's not ready to apply pressure yet as Selby drops into the background. These guys are running away from Selby, but let's get back to this battle. Try and stay right on this. I don't want to miss a pass for the lead, of course, but this is some really good racing right here. Ekins gets a little bit sideways. That'll give Tomlinson a little bit of breathing room as he bounces off a curve. They go down the Esses, climbing up the hill, heading up to Liukop, whatever the heck, L-E-E-U-K-O-P, Liukop. That's what they call the top of this thing, and then down the mine shaft, downhill. Okay, a little bit of a gap there, so let's get back to Montgeimer. They are coming through Cheetah for the last turn. You can see Tanner back there. Let's see if they pop up a lap time for us. Yeah, last lap, 142.4. That's his best lap of the race right there. So, Geimer's best lap is a 142.6. So there's that 2/10 difference as the pressure is now being applied to the leader of this race. With just under 20 minutes to go, we've got two awesome battles going on here. One for fourth and one for first. So let's see where we're at as these guys head into sunset. Mott looking for a way around, and Selby solo third now, just holding his own. He's got a decent gap to Tomlinson and Ekins. And this battle continues. Ekins just putting the pressure on Tomlinson. He's making that Bentley as wide as he can. As you can see, Ekins clearly has pace on him, but pace is one thing, and you got to get by to be able to get away. And he is just cat and mouse and looking, going to the outside, looks at the outside, and the Bentley holds him off. Catches a little bit of curb there with a little bit of a bobble. Coming down mine shaft. That downhill, that Bentley really gets a little show, stretches legs there, so it's a little show, but that Audi is so sleek. And that arrow on that Audi, as you can see, third place, Tanner there in the foreground. These guys are battling. Okay, let's check out Geimer. This gap, 42.6. Mott's last lap was a 42.6. So they were pretty even on that one. But it looks like it's hammer time now, as we are just under 17 minutes. Like Geimer's able to keep himself at bay there in those turns, and then great parts of the track, that Audi starts to just close. Meanwhile, let's get back here as these guys make it through sector one. Ekins looking again to the outside as they're coming through, getting ready to hit through sunset. The big right hand bender. Ekins on the outside, Tomlinson on the inside. They're side by side. Tomlinson shuts the door again. Ekins just hammering away at the spot. He's going to look to the inside as they head down into the S's. Bring into the outside. Tomlinson takes a little bit of curb. They climb the hill through the S's. The Likuop. Remember the mine shaft downhill. As keeping an eye on that lead fight. As these guys, see that Bentley gets a little bit of a gap, but then Ekins closes it right here. He just closes up on him for the braking for the turns. Meanwhile, down the straight, this could be an opportunity. As the leaders coming through within less than half a second gap. Mott seems to be content to stay behind him for now. Just going to follow him around. Meanwhile, Tomlinson and Ekins in the same boat as they hit that turn one. All right, same goes. Here's our leaders into the sunset turn. That big right-hand bend. So important to hit that apex right to keep your momentum up as they start the S's section. Oh, Geimer a little bit of a twisty there. Maintaining himself. Get a look at this from Mott as Simon puts it in the dirt a little bit. Down the mine shaft. Meanwhile, Ekins seems to really do good in that first sector, into sector 2, really closes down on him as they go right on his tail down mine shaft. Heading into Crocodiles. Just an intense battle here for these positions. Meanwhile, Tanner, content to be having no pressure, find himself on the podium. He's just got to finish while these guys are fighting in front of him and they're fighting behind him. The battle for first ensues as we are at the 13-minute mark. You can hear the throat of that BMW, and that it's so torquey. A great car, really fun car to drive. Really stable car, one of the more stable cars in a set, of course, the Compass on. I believe it's a stable car in real life as well. These guys getting ready to head it through the twisties. Here comes 4th and 5th place. We'll just take a quick look down here at Bali, running himself. Nice, easy race. Samir's gone. Dumanis has been through hell with abductions. Plummer maintaining. It's going to have a nice finish here. Williamson hanging in there. I like the way these guys have no give up in them at all. I love the way these guys are. They're going to finish, and that to me is a win. So great job by these guys. Back to that lead. Coming down straight again. Let's see what kind of lap times we get. There we go, crossing the line. It's Geimer with a 142.6 and 142.8. So a couple of tenths off on that last lap was Mott. And for Tomlinson, let's see how these guys are doing. Let's check a look at these lap times. That was a 143.3, and Ekins had a 143.5 or 143.3. So equal times for these guys. Good stuff. So it looks like what happened to Mott there? Did Mott have a little bit of a baffle? Was it worth going back and looking? I think he's just going to catch right up. So he must have had a little bit of curb in the dirt or something, because he's not right on Geimer's tail anymore. We're hitting the 11-minute mark. So that brings us back to this battle, which is the tightest battle on the track right now. Look at Ekin's view going up the hill. The S's, turn 10 and 11 sector. Another crucial spot right here. This apex is really a tricky little turn. It's kind of like a little bit of an elbow as we head down the mine shaft. As Tomlinson holding his own in that Bentley. So not quite as close on these last few laps. One of you guys might be saving their tires for the next run, for the next attack, as we are at 10 minutes to go. Let's see if the Audi can suck up to that Bentley. It looks like it's got a little bit more of a gap, almost 7/10 now from when it was down to around 4. So perhaps next lap he might have a look, although he does take a glance in there. Seems to be able to catch him on the straight. We'll see what happens. Let's check out this battle as Mott has caught Geimer again. And these guys are heading into sunset with the race on the line now. We are under 10 minutes. Into 10 and 11. This downhill mine shaft section, really fast. And then you just got to slam the brakes to make the crocodile section. Good in there. Meanwhile, here's the Ekins. I say, you know, rest a lap, attack a lap. Rest a lap, attack a lap. So Ekins is back on it again as he's putting the pressure on hard. And he's going to the outside. Looking at the outside, he's got a nose on him, but the apex brings Tomlinson back around in front. As you saw, as Ekins had a nose on him, but he was on the outside of the turn, and you know, the longer way around and brings Tomlinson back into that 4th position. This is the one I wanted. Okay, he's looking for it, he's looking for it, he's looking for it. He's got a nose on him again. And that inside apex, that track position is everything. However, it could come out this time, and he does get by. Ekins makes it by on the outside apex as it turns from the right-hander to the left-hander. We have a new 4th place car. And now Ekins, who got around, he's got 7 minutes left to try and chase down Selby, who's got a 9-second gap on him. And let's see now if Tomlinson has anything for him. We could tell Ekins was just all over him. So now, tit for tat, let's see what Tomlinson can do in the draft. If he can, as well, stay with him. And we'll check back with the leaders here. We'll check back on those guys in a minute. As we are just at 7.5 minutes roughly left. Geimer maintaining that lead. Nicholas trying to find a way as he's dropped down to about a second behind now. Like I said, rest a lap, attack a lap. You might just be doing that. Anything could happen in these last 6 or 7 minutes. And there, Selby maintaining that 3rd position, but you can see that battle behind him. I don't know if there's enough time for Ekins to catch Selby for a podium, but I'm sure he's going to try. Great racing here today with these guys. Great. It's a small field, but lots of skill, lots of talent. These guys maintain it. And then let's check this lead. It's Mott running out of time. He's probably watching the clock. He's going to have to make a move here. But, oh, that crafty Geimer He's missed the last couple races, but he has not lost one touch. I'm sure he had other commitments. He's been racing in some other events. Finds himself in the lead in his first race back after missing a few. So he's used to this position. So let's bring it up from the bottom. Oh, we've got a time here. We got Jones in 10th. Williamson in 9th. Plummer in 8th. Demanis in 7th. He battles those demons. Ahmad is retired. Bolly's in 6th to get some points. Tomlinson. And there's that battle for 5th. It's 4th. I mean, see, Tomlinson is giving him a dose. No, it looks like the draft is paying off for Tomlinson. Ekins is not running away like we thought he might by showing the pace he had to catch him and pass him. And Tomlinson is staying right there with him. This is going to be a battle. Let's a quick check to the lead. These guys are in the same boat. Mott's looking to the inside. Got to take advantage of that apex as they start lap 41 with under 5 minutes now. Hit the 5-minute mark. Wow, there is a lot of action going on here. I got to jump back and forth between these two battles. Tomlinson is not going away. And neither is Mott. As Tomlinson looks to the inside. Oh, it's so tough. As you can see, third place Tanner there in the foreground as he goes by. So that gap has come down a little bit, but it's now only 7 seconds from Ekins to third place. But these guys are just fighting so hard. Let's take a look here. Mott, the battle for the lead as we hit the 4-minute mark. Geimer defending beautifully. We know just from the lap times that Mott is very quick, and he's probably 3 or 4 tenths faster. You take their fastest laps. However, it looks like Geimer's got that 0.8 of gap as they come into the final turn. Let's see if he can close it up on the straight. If he gains anything. Oh, he's got the spin. Lost a little bit of ground there, losing the rear. We saw that. The tires are getting tired, so that's going to help out Geimer. Meanwhile, Tomlinson has gotten around Ekins. Oh, we got to go back and check this out. Let's go back and check this out. What happened to Ekins? Did I not get my 30-second replay? It didn't work. So Tomlinson has gotten around, so there must have been an incident. With only a few minutes left, I don't want to go back too far because I don't want to miss what's happening up front. So we are in replay right now. I think it's going to flash back to live any minute now. You'll see it soon. There, now we're back to live. Okay, man, I missed that Tomlinson Ekins incident. Dang it. Just looking at the lead as we are at just about the 2-minute mark. So if anything's going to happen, it's going to have to happen now. We'll be able to look at the replay after the race and find out what happened there. Tanner's happily in third place. Looks like he's gonna have a podium finish. And this battle for the lead now, it's gonna come down to these last 2 laps as we are under 2 minutes. When they cross the line with enough time for 2 minutes left, we are 100 minute 44 seconds. So there could be one more lap after this. If they do their record laps 143s, I think there's 144 when they cross the line. So I think in Mott's case, he's probably hoping for another lap because it might give him a shot. But it looks to me as if Geimer is going to finish this. Coming from, what did he start? 5th, 6th? I can't remember. The pit stops really paid the price and made the difference here. I think Tanner kept himself on the podium with an early pit stop. Geimer pitted late but came out ahead, so the undercut did not work for Mott. And let's get one more look at Tomlinson and Ekins. Looks like he's still with him, so he's got a shot. Ekins, he might have a last chance blow here. Really sorry that we missed whatever happened back there. I apologize. You know, never fails. Back to the lead. These guys will finish first, so we will get back to those guys. As the clock is ticking down, we're at 33 seconds, and they are in the last sector now. So they might cross the line with 2 seconds left and have to be another lap, and Geimer's going to have to defend one more lap as they make it through into the cheetah kink right there. Maybe not 12, 11, 10. Might be close. 7, 6, 5, 2, 1. Did he cross it? No.
The leader has finished the race.
That was it. That was the finish. So there is your winner, Geimer. Let's check out this last little battle here. These guys are coming in. They got one more turn to go, and then we'll get back to the victory lap. It looks like Tomlinson is going to maintain 4th. We've got Tanner in 3rd, Ekins in 5th. The drag race, that's it. Brilliant race, you guys. Wow, that was really good. So there is your winner, round 5 at Kyalami. Brilliant race. Simon Geimer, 1st place. Nicholas Mott finishing 2nd. Tanner Selby with a good solid run, finishing 3rd. Andrew Tomlinson back and forth with Ekins for a 5th place finish. Brilliant race by these guys. There is Ekins after there. He's probably dripping sweat. Roberto Bali finishing 6th. That's going to help him keep his atop the points leader. I don't know. We'll have to see when the points come out what it comes out to. And Dumanis and Plummer and Williamson all yet to finish, so we'll keep an eye on these guys. Dumanis surviving the attack by aliens. As we saw, his car was trying to get abducted. Great race by him. It's a strong 7th place finish. I think we got Plummer, Tomlinson's teammate, finishing in 8th. Williamson in the other Audi in 9th. And 10th place is going to be Mr. Jones as they cross the line. Jones is in. Williamson and Dumanis finish the race. Wow. Some great racing here today. That was really good. I really enjoyed that. I hope you guys did too. That was something else. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Mr. Geimer, what a run. With a brilliant pit stop strategy. Waited till the last minute as these guys parade around. There they are, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Really good stuff. I'm trying to find the one that shows the... There's one that shows the stance, but anyway, not needed. Brilliant run. There is your winner, Geimer. All right, we have one race to go in this series, and that will be in 2 weeks' time. So you don't want to miss that one. It's going to be that deciding race at Barcelona, Spain for the finale. We don't know what might happen. We might get rain, we might not. Either way, we will be there. I hope you are there to join us. Stay tuned for some more races. We got all kinds of stuff happening in SimRacingOnline. As the summer goes on, we continue to race. So I want to thank everybody that hung with me and stayed in it for watching, and I hope to see you on the next broadcast. And congratulations to the top 3, and we will see you later.